Going live. Welcome to Shooting the Shit episode 174. I think everything's working. Yes, it is. Just checking. Right. Done. I was waiting for the
It's always worth checking.
stream status to go good because it was on bad and then it was on okay and then it was now on
Ugly.
good. So
Good, bad, and ugly.
yeah. Oh, did you see what Deadpool's marketing team have done?
Yes.
Fucking mad, Yen.
I saw a tweet this morning.
I don't know.
The good, bad, and the ugly. I seen they've
Apparently
re-thinged.
it's at a Walmart or something. They've
Yeah.
taken, like DVDs. You obviously you have the cover art, right? And basically they've taken a whole bunch of different
16 different
like,
movies.
There's a whole bunch of different titles. They basically redone them with Deadpool.
Yeah, and Good, Bad, and Ugly is one of them. That's why it triggered my brain more.
Oh, I did not see that. That's funny.
It is. It was pretty spectacular when I saw that this morning on the way to work.
Yeah, I seen it on Twitter. I don't know if it's anywhere else but Walmart, but
Probably. I don't know, but I mean, I imagine that's an American-only thing, so we're not going to
yeah,
get to
possibly.
see height nor hair.
I was actually going to
Yeah,
take
they're
a
not gonna
look.
do it worldwide, are they?
I was going to take a look in Tesco to see, but I was too busy. I just got my phone
I would
and
say
ran away.
good fucking luck with that, but yeah, I
Uh,
doubt it somehow.
But it's funny. It's like something
It is.
Deadpool would do, like the fourth wall breaking thing, and he's going, "I'm not in this movie, but I'm on the box."
I have to say, this is one of those cases where I can say that the people doing the marketing campaign have earned their money. This is not some low tier shit.
Yeah.
This is this is the sort. If you're gonna pay someone to do marketing, this is what you want them to produce.
And they know the character. They know like the Deadpool character, so they just went with that. And what would Deadpool do? That's basically what they've done. It's like, oh yeah, he would do this. It's like, can we get away with that? It's like, let's ask Warner Brothers, can we take these 16 movies? How many movies would you give us to change the box art and
Well,
put
as we
Deadpool
were
on it?
talking about pre-show about the copyright, that technically obviously if you wanted to do that, you could do that. But of course, these are actual products that you can actually buy.
Yeah.
It's not like they shoved a bunch of DVD covers over the top. Apparently, you could just go and fucking buy the actual thing with the variant cover.
Well, it is
It's
Warner
a bit
Brothers
mental.
must have gave them. They must have. Obviously, it is Warner Brothers, I think.
No, it's Fox who owns.
Is it Fox?
Deadpool. Yeah.
Okay,
it's Fox.
well, it's Fox. Fox that owns these movies, so there isn't that conflict where it's someone else.
Presumably, I don't recall what all of the titles were, but I would assume that most they're basically going to be Fox. I know there are other X-Men ones, so
Yeah.
those are definitely Fox. Can't remember what else there was.
Office Space.
Office Space, yeah. I think Office Space is Fox, if I
The
recall
Good, Bad,
correctly.
and the Ugly.
So, I don't know. Could be. Probably. Again, I would imagine the answer to the question is yes for any of those.
Yeah,
'cause
there's
obviously,
16.
it wouldn't make bloody sense otherwise, would it? Because
Right.
it'd be, can we persuade you to market our film rival company studio? Like, no.
No, what you don't know? What, fucking change our box art? What the fuck are you on about? Get out the office. In fact, here's
Probably
the
a
window,
good way
jump.
to shift. Also, you see, the other thing is, which just came to mind,
Good
it's
way
also
to
quite a
shift
good way
new
to
movies.
advertise some of your other. Yeah, exactly.
Because Deadpool fans
So-
are comic fans, so they might want the box art thing, and you get to sell 16
they've
movies.
already-
Right.
Well, they already do that already with comic books, right? They have all these variant covers, and obviously
Yeah.
you've got the fanboys who'll buy everything. So there you are. They know the target.
Oh, they
market.
definitely know their target market, and they definitely know like the
But
Deadpool
also-
thing.
But also normies could get in on that. They'll go, oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of those few cases I'll praise marketers because they've done their fucking job here.
Yeah, when I seen it, I thought that's just brilliant. That's fucking genius. Anyway, you get on this Steam has reportedly set to remove honeypot for violating pornographic guidelines. Now, honeypot was massive. I can remember loads of people going on about it. Not my thing, but I remember people going on about it. And Steam made fucking money from this. And they've done, I think the company's done another couple of games after that. So it's been out for a while. And Valve's been under tight scrutiny ever since the National Centre of Sexual Exploitation came down on them last year for allowing the game House Party to be sold on Steam, uncensored. Not only did the NCSE come down on Valve, but they had a coalition of international Christian groups come down on Valve as well, threatening to make an example
who
of
gives
them.
a fuck?
If I was Valve, I would just say no. Like,
Well,
no, we sell games. This is an adult game.
I imagine those sort of Christians are not going to be. They're probably in the set of people who are like, video games corrupt children anyway, so they're not fucking buying your shit. So why do you give? It's one thing to have to deal with like either people in the industry who can actually affect you, but it's like, why give a shit about? I mean, assuming it's if these people are like, we're not going to buy any shit from you. But we are buying massive amounts of shit from you at the moment, and I can see it. But I doubt that's the case, right?
I doubt it. If it's these Christian groups, man, they don't like shooter games. They would fucking hate Doom. They would hate like any game with magic and stuff in it. I'm basing this. Well, I'm basing this on obviously, you've got the whole gamut of Christian. Different thing. I mean, it's pick and choose basically at this point, and they're all right, obviously, about whatever one they've chosen. Right.
But the point being that obviously, historically, and I don't know this particular alliance's particular beliefs, but if it's an alliance, that would assume if you gave them 10 minutes alone with two of them in the room, they'd probably be at each other's throats anyway. But they all happen to agree on this particular thing, which is. Anime titties are bad, especially the big ones.
Well, a lot of the extreme Christian groups think any sort of pornography is bad.
Right.
So, and porn causes
some of them think having a low cut blouse is probably pornographic. To be fair.
Yeah.
Which is basically something like Honey Pop is essentially big anime titties. It's not hentai though.
Okay, House Party was kind of a bit weird. Like you could drug people's booze and then like take them to the bedroom and rape them and shit. So
I don't know if you ever had it. But on the ZX Spectrum, How to Be a Complete and Utter Bastard. It was based upon a film that Rick Mail had done, and you play whatever his character's name was. And this came out on the ZX Spectrum. I don't know if it came out in anything else, but I got it with a cover tape from Your Sinclair. And it was a game basically where you are at a house party and you go around trying to be as much of a bastard as possible to everyone else by doing stuff like getting itching powder and dumping it down other people's shirts. And I think the goal of the game was to light up all the How to Be a complete bastard letters or whatever it was.
That sounds fun.
It sounds like Rick Mail. It sounds like Rick Mail. Rick Mail would do a film like that. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Rick Mail. But it's certainly one of the most. I mean, this is not a genre game, being an arsehole genre, but it certainly is a fun game.
It's this one is a more rapey, the House Party one.
You are making it sound like it. Yeah.
Your goal is there's 3 girls or 4 girls in the thing. And your goal is basically to fuck one of them. That's basically the goal.
I see.
Okay. But like at the same time though,
and it's like proper 3D.
I think that the game should be
so it's not
anime allowed.
Titties. Right, but it's not anime titties, the House Party one.
Yeah, no, but it should still be allowed. Like, because it's people's choice if they want to pay for and buy that game. You do not have to consume it. And I don't agree with taking away other people's choices.
It was a YouTube video that I seen of this game. That's how I know about it. So it's like, what the fuck is this?
Well, I mean, I know people complain about stuff on or like all these scam things on Steam and stuff, and it's like clearly, it's there must be some reason. There must some of these one of these groups that are complaining must have some pull. Otherwise, why the fuck would you give a shit?
I can tell you what the scam thing is. That's mostly to do with the cards. So you know how if you get an achievement, you get a Steam card?
I do, and I ignore them because I have a fucking clue why I'd bother.
So do I, but you can actually sell them for money. So you can buy these shit.
I saw that, and it's like 0.4 of a pence, so I'm like, why do I give a shit about that?
But you buy this shit game for like £1, right? And then you get the game's just every second gives you a card, and then so you can. That's sort of how it works. That's why people buy the shit games, and it's just fucking weird. Seemingly, that's what they do when people keep going on about it and saying this is the problem, and seemingly that's what it's all about. It's all about the achievement card things.
I could spend a couple of hours of my life doing that, or I could just go to work. Right,
exactly.
And then buy whatever the fuck it was I was trying to scam off Steam.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But the developers can turn these games out fucking rapid style. Like, all they do is flip assets. So they just load up Unity.
That's kind of what I'd expect.
So they just load up Unity, buy a load of assets, put them together, make it into a game, and put in the thing that gives you fucking achievement every whatever seconds or whatever it is, and then that gives you the cards. So
achievement unlocked. You were walking for 5 seconds.
Exactly. Achievement unlocked. You've picked something up. That I'm not joking. That's what it actually does. If you go on YouTube and look for one of these games, that's basically what they do. This is like everything.
Sounds about much what I'd expect.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it might be something like somehow gathering personal data or something along those lines. Maybe.
No, that's in Android. You have to go to the Android store for that if you want that. They've got apps that say, I want access to your phone applications, your camera, your internets, your data, area, location
your
data,
flashlights,
location data, your phone book data, your call data.
And we want to hook up to your sex robot.
Pretty much, and then you just click, yep. And then the application can sit there and fucking mine all the data.
This is why I don't have any of that shit turned on for like voice. It's like I'm not interested in fucking voice recognition shit. It's like fuck off.
Yeah.
It's much more efficient for me to actually type what I fucking want to do directly in rather than having on. Not understand. It's not just spying. It's the fact that I'm just better at it than whatever these fuckers are doing on their servers.
Cortana.
Every time I see someone doing it,
fucking
it's
awful
like,
as well.
Every time I see someone trying to use this shit, it's like I could have done that by now. Why are you bothering with this bullshit?
Pretty much. What else have I had?
Anyway.
Yeah, the voice recognition is getting a hell of a lot better than it used to be though. Like, as a Scottish person that the fuckers couldn't understand for a while, they can now sort of pick me up.
That was a benefit, surely.
Yeah, I suppose it was. I never used
they
it. They
fuckers could understand ye.
Nah, you can't even speak like that. If you speak like that, the thing's just like, what is this? What's happening?
But that's the point. That's what we want, isn't it not?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Being of a similar mind on this.
And unless I do like the voice attack software, that's pretty cool. Which you get voice packs for it, and you can get like the Doctor Who and Data and what's his name, William Shatner, and all that as your AI ship, and Elite Dangerous. So you've got a voice attack, and you say hello, whatever the AI's name is, and then so different AIs have got the different actors, the voice actors, and so you can have William Shatner as your AI, in Elite Dangerous. That's fucking cool. So, and you can talk to them and
Well, it
fuck
sounds a
about.
bit like. It sounds a bit like.
Can you download their voices into your sex robot?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yeah. Well, the voice pack is there, so I suppose you could put that software on your sex robot and it might work.
There you go.
Could work because all the
everybody needs to do that.
Obviously, you've got the folder with all the voice replies, right? So you could.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you could.
Infringe copyright.
Yeah, but you sort of own the voice pack because you're buying voice packs. So you sort of own
you don't own shit, man. It's all licensed. That's if you actually read the end user license agreement, they all say basic users licensed software. Now, given the UK's laws, if you buy something that's boxed, that technically doesn't actually apply. I don't think there's ever been a court case based on this, but there is a thing about if you're buying physical media versus download, you have certain protections under the UK law that you wouldn't have if you're downloading something, which could be licensed.
The EU fucked Valve on this. You own the game from Valve. It was already put through EU things. So if you buy a game from
because
Valve,
I believe at one point that wasn't the case. Obviously, the internet. 20 odd years ago, it wasn't really a thing. So
no, they try to, but it was always bullshit. It never ever got tested until it did get tested, and then they went, "Fuck off." It was like, no, this is not the way it works.
That's basically the reason why you don't have to pay attention to anything they say in the end user license agreement. If it's already legally binding, right? The things, if the things they stipulate are already legal, what you're bound to under the law of whatever country you've got, then obviously, right? Yeah. But if they're just made up shit, right? None of that matters.
Pretty much.
None of that other shit matters.
It's pretty much what the EU said. They said that's not happening. The only thing that it happens with is if it's like Microsoft and stuff, because it's a ongoing operating service thing.
Well, that's why a lot of them are like the whole software as a service thing, where you pay a subscription rather than buy a box product.
Yeah, but because
that's why they move it towards
because
that.
these are just
for
basically
other reasons as well, not simply because then they can revoke it at any point, but it's simply because it's more efficient for them to get a constant stream of money in,
right?
Like constant cash flow.
If you remember though, if you remember that you could or you still can possibly buy games that you get, like the Orange Box, for instance, way back in the day, you could buy. I've got the box. The box was the disc, but it also had the code to activate on Steam.
Yep, I've got that. So I've got the original Half-Life.
Yeah, so they can't. They can't. What do you call that? Right? They can't. Just because it's on Steam doesn't mean that they can just go, fuck it, it's a service now.
Yes.
So that's how they got fucked. It was like, nah, this is not the way it's working. If Steam is selling the game, then it's still the same thing as if you go to the shop and buy it. Basically,
it's all about consumer. It's as simple as saying this is a consumer protection, right?
Yeah.
You can't, just because you're selling a product or service doesn't mean you can arbitrarily do whatever the fuck you like. That's kind of what the law is there for.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's not that difficult to understand, is it?
Well, that's what happened.
But they will. If you let them get away with it, they will fucking try what their fucking luck. So.
Oh yeah. Well, they did. They did, and then got told, nah, that's not the way it works, guys. And then they changed their.
If they let them. This is what I'm saying. If they let them get away with it, whether that is particularly the case were, because presumably somebody had to bring it up and say the Valve has done this shit, and it's.
I think there was a big. It was a couple of years ago. There was a big thing about it. Valve saying, "I don't own your games," and then it sort of blew up, and then legal things got in on it, and I don't know what happened in America. I think America's pretty much fucked, but the EU said, nah, that's not the way it works. So, see, there is some good things about the EU and some bad things about the EU, but
well, it's all about having sensible consumer protection laws. Those are things I care about. It's about fair play, as one would say. It's an inherently British thing. I mean, it's just like anything else, right?
But all your Britishness is slowly disappearing.
How so?
Well, what was it? I just read like a thing where British people. It was like a little news article thing, and the headline it says British people asked not to display flags. I think for the royal wedding and stuff.
Well,
because of blah 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 blah.
Good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
but that's like they're like constantly actively.
Oh, is it the English flag or the Union flag?
Yeah, it'll be the English flag.
Because the St. George is associated with football hooliganism and racism and so forth. Yeah. Therefore, if you have the St. George flag, either you're a racist or you're Georgian, in which case it's fine, because a lot of people forget, of course, there is this country called Georgia, and they also have St. George, right? Yeah. That's kind of why the country's name's what it is. Not talking about the state of Georgia either for the American in our midst. We are talking about the country that's the country in Eastern Europe.
That is a country.
The Soviet Union.
No, but
I was just. The same flag.
I was just saying, like, the media is constantly displaying Britishness.
Of course they are, but no one gives a fuck. Like, honestly.
But this is the thing. If it was the Union flag, that makes even less sense, because, like, the last royal wedding, it's all about get your bunting up with all the fucking Union flags everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? I don't give a shit. I'm not going to be watching any of this shit tomorrow.
Neither am I.
I don't care if Meghan Markle's a fucking inspiration to black women or half black women or whatever.
I only care about
royal. I don't give a fuck about whether they're gonna have ginger half black babies. I don't give a shit about any of that. It's just, like, just fuck off.
Oh, I saw a thing with the
last time we got a bang out of it. This time we get fuck all. So I don't give a shit.
I saw a thing with the leftist media were basically calling her like the royal family's like token black person.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it's like it's the worst thing possible. You can never do that. It's like, oh, token, yeah, because it couldn't possibly be that he
like her or she's part of the group.
Obviously, a very attractive woman, and decided I'd like to fuck that, and then fuck that, and she said, he's a prince, I'll fucking have some of that shit, and then got married. Right? That's not possible.
No.
In fact, if anything, they should be making shit up about how if Prince Philip wasn't as elderly as he was, he'd be making comments about how his grandson marrying a black bastard or something like that.
Right.
Right,
probably.
You'd assume that it would just.
I know which one would say that. Like, what's it? The Duke of Edinburgh. He's such an old fart now. He'd probably come out with something like that.
Yeah, I just said that. That's Philip.
Yeah.
Old Phil.
Right.
That's literally what I just said.
Right.
Fuzzy Wuzzies.
I didn't know his name. I just knew he was the Duke of Edinburgh.
Harry's wearing a fuzzy wuzzy.
Yeah.
That's probably what you'd say.
He would.
But he's too old and crippled to do much anymore.
Yeah, he pretty much is on life support at this point. Fuck.
Yeah.
He's fucking ancient. Wasn't one of the princes a good while ago, didn't he turn up in a fancy dress Nazi costume?
Oh, that was Harry.
Right.
I remember that one.
What?
Well, of course, there is this whole thing as well about the German heritage of the Windsor dynasty.
Oh, they're definitely German.
Well, I can tell you. Well, you got Philip. He's Greek, basically, and then you've got. I mean, the reason why this is the whole thing, though. It's kind of silly in a way when you consider that the whole point of being royal is that you've got all this European lineage, because they're all fucking like because Because you're like, oh, well, if you're a prince, you got to marry a fucking some other princess from another country. Obviously, they're all fucking interbred. So you don't have to go far back to find like somebody related to you if you're a royal in some other country. It's like
Right.
none of us would really, right? But the thing is, it's a lot. The distance is a lot shorter because inherit, and that's probably a good thing for a royal family is that that they get a good influx of new genetics going on there.
Right.
So and that's gonna help with staving off the haemophilia and the and the fucking genetic
retarded kids.
mental disorders. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, essentially it was before George V. It was Edward. Was it Saxe-Goth Coburg? I could never remember how to say it properly. Basically, they changed. He was the only one. That's clearly German, sort of Saxon, as you could tell from the name. And then they changed the name to Windsor. So just changed it to Windsor.
Pretty much.
Basically.
After World War One, wasn't it? Was it World War One or World War Two?
Something like that. I can't. Yeah, because that's basically what it is.
It was one of the world wars. They didn't want to. They didn't want to be associated with Germany because Germany starts all the wars, basically.
Not to mention, of course, Victoria, right? She married a Kraut. So there you are.
Exactly.
What the fuck do you want to do about it? Right?
Yeah. So,
So Harry was right to honour his forebears.
It was. I thought it was funny as fuck, to be fair. I thought the panic in this situation, the whole thing, I was just like, this is just a little guy.
Be shit like that.
He's just a guy that's dressing up as a Nazi for a fancy dress party. I don't see the problem, man. He's just a teenager.
There you are. It's all a bit of fluff and nonsense that sells tabloids, possibly.
Yeah, it was all over the place, man. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, our royals are Nazis. It's like, no, he's in a fancy dress costume, you weirdos.
Well, it's the same old stories, like he's insensitive, like he hates Jews or so, probably, I don't know, I can't remember the precise things. It's basically, you shouldn't have done that. It's like, I'm sure there are people all over doing, like, fucking reenactment of Goebbels who just find it funny, not because they're actually neo-fascists.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking hilarious, and I thought it was even funnier that they all got bothered about it. This is like I see their point. Like, he's a royal, people are looking at him all the time.
But you see, that's the problem. It's not about having a point. It's about having a story.
Right.
There are two different things. Right.
Right. Right.
Having a point and having a story, they're not necessarily
Just so everybody is aware, I do have a duke in my family lineage. So.
You have a duke.
I have a duke.
Duke.
I can't remember which duke. My mom would know.
Isn't a very good one then?
It is an amazing duke. I have the royal blood.
Lies.
The royalist.
Well, you have aristocratic. It's not necessarily royal.
Whatever, not royal. Aristocratic blood. I'm above all you plebs that are like here, or any plebs that are listening. I am above all of you.
But I'm just better than everyone anyway, so it's that.
Well, you're a cat, so.
I know. So of course I am. So the Honey Pop developers getting saying stuff about getting on Steam, having to take it down because of sexual content violations. But it's been up, as I say, it's been up for fucking years. So they're getting in shit. Valve is. Honeypop notes it's unlikely Valve will forcibly remove Honeypop from the libraries of Steam users. It's very possible that the game could be removed from the Steam storefront unless the edits are made to the title. So they're asking for edits, which will be patched out. Like, why? Like, what's the fucking point? Like, it'll just be re-thingied back to the original. I don't understand. That's fucking stupid. So it'll just be patched in again, like that whole hot coffee mod for GTA back in the day. GTA San Andreas. Do you remember that? The hot coffee mod.
Remember?
Hello.
Yes, the hot coffee mod.
Yeah. So that
That
was.
was where there was a disabled mini game in the thing that somebody reactivated, which is basically
Yeah.
you having sex with one of your girlfriends.
All of them. Yeah,
I
basically
never
all
did
of
that.
them with dildos and shit.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There was something about like it's like obviously you, because you had like ones like the because there's basically there was like I never really bothered with this one. There was one where you had your low ride and you could obviously do the whole piston thing and move your shit around, and it was basically like Dance Revolution because you had to hit the time on the arrows and shit. I imagine that was probably the same one. I never bothered them on. I never gave a shit about those mini games.
I tried
So-
it for the lols, and that's basically what
You
it
know,
was.
like,
I collected all the fucking oysters though that were around San Francisco.
Right, I never.
You know
done
what
that.
people
Or
are like.
or whatever the fuck. But I
Freak-
forgot the name of the fucking.
You know, people are freaking out about those like little boobs in games or whatever. But my mom, when I was a kid, let me play that Playboy like freaking game, and you had to be like, you had to try to have sex with women.
It was
And
a
then you
Playboy
had-
game.
Yeah, there's a Playboy game,
It
and
was,
you got
I
to be like
remember
this
that.
little sperm, and like.
Yeah, you got to fertilize go to the egg and fertilize the egg. Is that- yeah, and it's
Yeah,
sort
I
of
got
like a Sims game, but it's a Playboy one instead. Like that's basically
Yeah,
what
it
it was. It was like a Sims the Sims clone, but it was like based in Playboy and stuff. I remember that.
Fair
It
enough.
was fun. But like they're freaking out about that, and like my mom, like, here, you kids have this. Like she gave us the game. Oh my god, man! I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just like like sitting here thinking, I'm pretty sure my mom is the reason I'm such a shitlord.
Probably. Right, yeah, so this honey pop thing, I don't see the point. Valve should just stick up for the shit and just go, look, even if we do thingy it and
You
get
do
them to
have to-
censor it, they're just gonna
You do have to
patch
wonder
it.
why they. You do have to wonder why they're not showing any backbone whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, it's Valve, they
What
can
are they-
afford to
what are
tell
they-
them to fuck off.
But what are they trying to do? Say yes, we will let any random group who can put
Oh, yeah,
out
well-
enough clout fuck us over.
Yeah.
Well
I
done.
think so, basically, because I don't know. It seems like a lot of companies, big companies that you wouldn't think would cave, are like caving to people, and I'm not sure why that's like a trend. Because I think like before, big companies just told people to fuck off, that made these ridiculous or just ignored these ridiculous things, and now they're like catering to these ridiculous demands of things.
But why?
And I
the
don't
question.
know why.
Just
Maybe
fucking why?
maybe they think that it's going to help them, and maybe they need to learn that it'll hurt them, and maybe that'll take some time before they start telling people to fuck off again. I don't know. That's gonna be. That's what I think.
Okay.
I have to go make food now, though, so
Okay.
I will be back. And YouTube should end.
Yeah, it should. I will do that in a minute. Yeah, so there's actually more than
YouTube
just
just
one game getting
YouTube
hit.
should just end.
So, yeah,
YouTube should just.
it should.
No,
Right, so
no, I'm saying YouTube. I'm saying YouTube should just end.
oh, that's true. That's what I
Yes.
know. Right, so I've got to stop streaming on YouTube. Go to Aerith Radio. Don't you keep the rest of the show, bitches.